We're here today to judge the Waterline Summit 2021 Student Challenge. What we've asked for is for students from schools across the region to put in submissions which focus on innovation and creativity in driving forward sustainability.
We're looking for how practical it's going to be. Is it going to make a difference to the community and the schools? Have they worked on it together as a team? Because of course one person can have a brilliant idea but bring a group together and it really sparks off each other.
Coming from the technology sector, we're looking for technology innovation ideas, things that really jump off the page for us and think, wow, they've really thought about this.
I think we're looking for a diversity of thought as well, really creative ideas that are thinking outside the box from the next generation and our young people in this region.
So where they've taken it from something that's more than just an idea or repeating something that we know already happens in the world and solutions that we already have, but something that they can actually put into practice in their own environments.
I'm looking for really new creative ideas, so where they've thought about some of the problems that we already know about and some real practical steps that we can all recognise.
What has become very apparent is there is a great awareness out there in the younger sort of generation of the world and the problems. But what we have seen today is some really super solutions.
So SC Thermal is the principal sponsor for the Waterline Summit 2021 Student Challenge. I suppose it's, there's no competitive advantage of living in a world that's unsustainable, and it's for businesses to come together with their peers, with their supply chains, with, universities and government and all different organisations to try and find these solutions together. And of course, schools are such an important part of that, and it's in all of our interests to work with these students, with these, workers of the future to find the solutions. It's good for everyone, it's good for our business too.
We all come from our different specialisms as judges, so we've had some really good conversations. I've been blown away by some of them, some things that I've really not seen before. I don't want to spoil the surprise, but we're really proud of the submissions that we received from the students.
The thing that really comes through strongly is the teamwork. So they've obviously put lots of effort into thinking about their ideas, developing their ideas, and then presenting them as well.
Really good supporting evidence and just brilliant outcomes and brilliant ideas. I just think it's really, really good to know that there is strong young people out there interested and passionate about environmental sustainability.
So Marketing Humber is obviously leading this project, and what's been really inspiring to see is the way that they've been working with schools right across the region with all sorts of different specialities and really promoting that sustainability message and thinking about, this wider impact of sustainability, whether that's environmental, economic, social, but there's this wide view of value and this real understanding of the importance of school students and the future generation in building those innovative solutions.
So I'm Megan, this is Casey, this is Louise, and we are the Animal Water Savers. The first week when we came back, basically we got told about how to conserve water. So what we did was we went down the animal unit with Katie, took the water from each of the enclosures, measured it, saw how much water we'd wasted, realised it's got quite a bad impact.
So from that, we decided to put in 2 IBCs on the unit. And then at the end of the day, when the animals have had their drink, we pour it all into a bucket and into the IBC, and we can measure along the way how much water is wasted. And then the process and the plan was to use that water elsewhere on campus. It's been really interesting, like researching about the water and how a big effect it has, and realising that we can somewhat make a change. Even if it's a small one, we can still make it.
I'm Mark, this is Rio, and this is Tom, and we're Team Wilberforce. Well, the project's mainly about making our KA Science block more sustainable and renewable in how we keep it warm and how people actually act inside the building. The overall aim of our project is to kind of bring awareness about carbon emissions and how much people actually put into the environment that they don't even realise.
Carbon emissions is probably one of the biggest challenges facing our generation. So as part of our investment in our own future, we thought it'd be one of the best things we could do to try and tackle it.
It's been a really eye-opening because we've never really had the time in other schools to collaborate and put all our ideas together, but now that we've had the opportunity, it's we've seen a lot more answers to the carbon problem.
Hi, my name's Catherine and I've worked with my friend Jaden and we are the RD UTC Sustainability Crew. So we wanted to focus on making people self-aware of how much carbon they're putting into the atmosphere. We started off with teachers and we asked them a series of questions of how they get to work. We got all our results and put it into a spreadsheet, and then we did a best case scenario if every teacher cycled in twice a week, and it cut down the carbon emissions dramatically. Next kind of idea we wanted to focus on to make people self-responsible was tackle the students. Me and Jaden, we worked together and made a spreadsheet which linked to a Google form so students could see in real time how much carbon they were putting into the atmosphere, and then we made a presentation to show the new year 10s and show them different ways they could be more sustainable for themselves. It's not that hard to make a small change because the small changes add up to these massive changes, which could mean that we could be carbon zero in the future.
We are the loyal leaders of the Engineering North Lincolnshire UTC.
What we've done is designed a game that simulates a wind turbine. You design and you basically simulate what's around the turbine.
Well, we've made it using Scratch and making it as realistic as possible.
It's going to give school children an idea of what renewable energy is and a fun way to explain it.
It helps school kids learning that renewable energy is quite a big thing, and it's very important for us to try and get that out there and make as many people as interested as possible in renewable energy.
Our team is called Team OEI. I'm Oliver, this is Emily, and this is Isabel.
So we saw a lot of plastics going into the ocean and landfill and even like on the streets everywhere, and I was thinking if there's more efficient ways to store it that's like long term and helps the environment.
We had an idea that you could use plastics, like single-use plastics, water bottles, things like that, and using hydraulic pressure can compress them to make bricks, and these bricks can be used for building businesses, coastal defences, and things like that. I think ultimately the younger generation, and obviously when we have children, we're the people who have to deal with the problems of climate change, coastal erosion, things like that. So I think it's important that we're given a voice in these decisions to try and stop or adapt to it happening.
I'm Oscar Appleton-Bairdall, and this is my friend Lewis, and we work together on EcoStepper.
So me and Oscar were walking down the road in town, and we noticed how many cars is on the road. So basically our project was a concept of an app called EcoStepper, where if you choose to walk somewhere instead of going there by vehicle, then you'll get points which you can spend on some reward.
It's hoping to achieve, and it's aiming to cut down on the amount of people who are just singularly going in the car to work. Hull's one of the most congested cities in England, I believe, and we thought there must be a better way to cut down on all these things, and there's just way too much traffic on the road and way too many people who are just taking the easy option where we could be reducing carbon emissions and contributing to the environment.
If we were picked as the winners, I'd be ecstatic to say the least.
Getting that put on our CV and things, it's like, you know, you've taken your time to do something that's helping globally.
I was glad I got this opportunity in the first place to do this, and I'd be very happy with that result.
If we were kind of a winner, it would be honestly the best thing.
I think it would feel great, yeah.
And yeah, it'd be nice to have like an impact on like the way the world is and next generation.